This is McCook's Mr. Billson. Honored to have you here. I want to keep you from getting sunk like the old battleships did. And how does that relate to you or your future? Well, at the beginning of World War II, the Germans had one of the most powerful ships in the world, the Bismarck, and they sent it out into the open seas thinking that it was invincible, or near it, and they didn't take that second and say, okay, what are the odds of anything happening, even though it would be slim? It would be slim. Now they knew that rudder could be a problem. If anything went wrong, that rudder was an Achilles heel. But they ignored it and said the odds are low. But then, add fuel to the fire, they were attacked by the hood, and one of their shells sank that hood from the Bismarck in one shot, hit it and blew it up. One. Yeah. Now that tells everybody out there that the biggest, baddest ships can be sunk easier than you might think. Easier than you might think. Add fuel to the fire, they had an aircraft carrier finally get within range and send fighters at the Bismarck. They were biplanes from the last war. Biplanes. Top speed, maybe 90 miles an hour, carrying torpedoes. And the armament of World War II, some of the best they supposedly had, anti-aircraft, and they only shot down one in two raids against them. One of the biplanes was shot down. And one of the torpedoes, though, did hit the rudder and jam it. Now the Bismarck is in trouble because all she can do is make circles. And here come the rest of the fleet to destroy her. To destroy her. Could you have learned anything from that? And could the world? Well, the next battleship to come up that needed to be destroyed was the Yamato. It was a hog of a ship over there that the Japanese Navy owned. A monster ship, to say the least. But had they learned anything? Didn't sound like it. Because, again, when they were attacked by 14, mind you, 14 aircraft carriers of the United States, almost 400 planes went at them. 400. And of those 400 planes that attacked, the Japanese threw their best anti-aircraft guns and ammunition at them. You bet. And how good were they at defending their ship against those planes? They shot down three. 3 planes were shot down out of 400 that came at them. Think about that. How poor of weaponry they must have had, and how they hadn't learned from the Bismarck or from all of the other raids that the aircraft had done to the Japanese Navy. They didn't learn, and they paid a price. Now 7 other planes were destroyed when they were attacking the Yamato, only because it blew up, and 7 were coming in on a scraping run, machine gunning the ship, and they came in too low, and then when that ship exploded, it took out all 7 of them. So a total of 10 planes were shot down total, less than 20 men, and they killed most of 2,000 men, and they took out the ship. Now you'd say, okay, that's neat information from the past, but how does that affect you? Well, it's simply whether you're a battleship or just an individual, you. Can you learn from looking around and seeing how things are going? When things are going bad for others, ask yourself, can that affect me? Or how can I stop it from ever happening to me? Be it cigarettes and drugs, the expense thereof, and the health issues that would come down the road. Whatever the issue might be, it might be financial, or it might be what schools or education, or what jobs you should go into. Look around and ask yourself what can go wrong, even if it would be small, and say, how can I better my odds of doing well, staying healthy, not only for yourself, but for your family. Absolutely. In every direction, you can learn from the mistakes of the battleships of World War II. Good luck.